Yo, check it out, I gotta speak the truth about the hardest working small channel in the
Welcome back to the Crypto Father channel. I am the Crypto Father, and today is the 22nd of July. It feels like I've been away for a very long time, maybe because maybe due to the rather unrelated content I made on Friday. That could be possibly it. I guess I was up for 3 days, but I didn't really do much on Friday, on the weekend rather. Crypto related, I kind of chilled out and did some other stuff, but I'm back today, back to the job with some news updates, and there's a lot of stuff, so make sure to smash up the likes on this video, subscribe to the channel, stick around till the very end so you don't miss any of the details, and let's go over some of the stuff. Joe Biden has dropped out of the race. That probably makes Elon Musk very happy. He's changed his profile picture to laser eyes again. Who knows what that means? And then there's some Solana news and Ethereum and a bunch of other stuff. So stick around till the end and let's get going. We're going to start with a look at the crypto market first. $2.5 trillion right now, $74,000 in trading volume. Super Trump is trending. There's a lot of meme coins related to Trump right now. That's what's happening. On pump.fun, brain drain token is getting left behind because the majority of tokens on pump fun are cat, dog, and more recently Trump related. So it's hard to see the forest from the trees. I think that's it. That's how it goes. But in any case, there are lots of scams on the meme coin market. So if you are looking for a decent meme coin, man, check out Brain Drain on Pump Fun. Bitcoin's at $67,000. It was at 68. It retraced slightly. Ethereum at 3,500. We're going to look at the Bitcoin charts in just a little bit. Let's have a quick look at the prices here first. BNB at 600. Pretty good. Solana pushing to $200. Predictions are, but $182 right now. Toncoin still at $7. It's the first time that I've seen it red, and it's turning boring right now because it's not actually moving up above $7. So meh. Cardano at 43 cents again. Tron is in red, and Polkadot is green at $6.39. Litecoin $73, slightly crawling its way back up to $80 or $90, whatever it was. I think it was at over $100 at some point in time before everything started coming down. There's a lot of FUD around Caspa. Caspa at 17, almost 18 cents. Internet Computer and Polygon Matic is at 54 cents. Looking at the Bitcoin charts, good old Bollinger Bands have expanded, and Bitcoin is right now on the daily coasting right along the upper limits of the Bollinger Band. So that's nice. It broke above the 200 EMA. So that's also sweet. Let me see if I can pull up the lines here. Right, okay, we had our resistances and that have now turned into support. So the next resistance is at 68,000 right here. That's from the previous resistance levels. So we'll see how Bitcoin does. If it does manage to break above this, the 69,000 resistance, we should be golden until the 73 all-time high, $73,000 all-time high. So this is on the daily. Bitcoin's looking pretty good. On the weekly chart, it's Bitcoin's just breaking above the mid range of the Bollinger Bands, and the bands are tightening up. So basically there is a lot of room to grow. If Bitcoin manages to go above that and continue up, if we see an expansion, a widening of the Bollinger Bands on the weekly charts, then we could probably see a continuation of this of a massive widening here on the daily, and we'll continue seeing Bitcoin coast along the upper line of the daily Bollinger Bands. But that's gonna have to wait for a couple of more weeks. We'll see how this goes. This week is here. We'll see where the next week takes us. Elon Musk has changed his profile picture to the X laser eyes. No idea what that means. I mean, this could mean anything, but I guess he's expressing pleasure in the fact that Biden is out of the race. I'm not sure that Biden leaving is a great thing, because I mean, it seems like Kamala Harris is the next person to take Biden's place. and Kamala Harris. Man, I don't know. Not my country, not my politics. None of it is my politics, really, but I think that would be a hoot. Kamala Harris as president. Elon Musk allegedly to speak at Bitcoin conference. He changed his profile photo. His plane landed in Tennessee. So the Bitcoin conference coming up, and that's going to take place between July 25th and July 27th. And Trump is supposed to make a speech at the Bitcoin conference. At least that's what it was announced before the assassination attempt. And I think it was confirmed that he will still show up and do a speech. So Elon Musk may also attend. And in response to Biden withdrawing, Bitcoin dumped $2,000 in minutes. Whether that was the reason or not, questionable. The current US President Joe Biden ended his campaign of the 2024 presidential elections an hour ago, saying it was a decision made in the best interest of my party and the country. Yeah, I think heavily agreed on that. Many will. This came just a few days after reports emerged that the POTUS was suffering from COVID and subsequent uncertainty regarding his health situation given his age. Biden's decision impacted the crypto markets, which are always open, and Bitcoin's price tumbled by about $2,000 in minutes, from over 67 to 65,000. Let's have a quick look here. I guess this is the retracement. This is the tumble they're talking about. So basically it dropped down to 65,900, and then it just bounced back up on the same day. This is on the 4-hour chart. It basically tumbled down to the middle of the Bollinger Bands on the 4-hour chart, and then it would bounce back up. So it was in the green candle. We didn't even see it on the daily. Joe Biden drops out of US presidential race, replaced by Kamala Harris. I don't know. I think the Democrats are just taking the piss by now. Why is this person in office, in one of the highest, most prestigious office, I guess, governmental position in the world, considering it's the USA? But I mean, I don't know, like, what's going on? So it's just a joke, I think. Kamala Harris in the presidential office. That's absolutely ridiculous. Maybe she's a great puppet. Maybe that's what it is. And then also, so apparently Joe Biden was praising her for this and that and the other, and for apparently the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court. Isn't Kamala Harris Indian? I remember seeing articles somewhere saying that she's Indian, but it's hard to keep track with all the crap that's coming out in the media and all the fake news and stories that are being pushed. But I did see articles saying that she was Indian, not African American. But it seems to me like the whole election thing in the States is turning into a giant circus. It's funny to watch. We'll see what's going to happen. Bitcoin scenario: National Treasury Reserve push sparks 1 million projections. Now, this is something that you need to be very, very cautious of. So all these projections of Bitcoin going to $1 million. We all understand that after every bull market, there is a bear market. And this time around, there will be another bear market. It will come, and it will come in a form of a massive retracement. If we do see a massive pump on Bitcoin with all the ETFs going into the likes of BlackRock and all the other ETF holders, we're going to see a massive retracement, because these TradFi establishments expect a 12% return on average. What do you think was going to happen when they see 100% return on their investments? Money will flow out of BlackRock and other venture capitals as fast as it flowed in, and the bear market will be of massive proportions. Once you start seeing Twitter and YouTube influencers talking about Bitcoin going to $1 million on a regular basis, and possibly start talking about the bull market, a never-ending bull market that is going to continue forever, because this time it's different, and believe me, it was different last time around as well. Once you start seeing a plethora, a mass influx of these kinds of announcements and talks of $1 million Bitcoin, that will be a clear sign of things overheating in the market, and will be a good time to begin taking your profits, because the market is going to start seeing a retracement. Recently, there's been a lot of talk about Bitcoin. One well-known crypto expert Andrew Kang even said that Bitcoin might become a national asset. Right there. So this is, most countries are still trying to figure out how to regulate cryptos. And this guy's talking about a national asset. Like, what the heck? Maybe in 10, 20 years or so, but certainly not now, especially with the amount of money that people hold in gold. And believe me, the older generations, the Warren Buffetts, still believe in gold and hard currency, not digital assets that they can't wrap their heads around. The cryptocurrency community is buzzing about this interesting idea, with people talking about how it might affect the whole world and setting crazy price goals for the crypto. So it's beginning already. We're already seeing signs of this madness in which people talk about Bitcoin going to $1 million. So these are the beginning signs of basically of an approaching bear market. And oftentimes it feels like these guys are just, attention seekers. They come up with the most harebrained ideas just to post them on X and garner some views, because that's the way X goes. Total Bitcoin amount in the hands of Bitcoin ETF companies in the US is revealed. They are slowly accumulating Bitcoin supply, and this means that this will drive the price of Bitcoin, and eventually they will dump all of that onto our heads, because they will be taking gains. Spot Bitcoin ETFs listed in the United States currently hold 900,000 Bitcoins, accounting for 4.3% of the total Bitcoin supply. This was announced by Nate Garassi, president of the ETF store. Assets held by ETFs are estimated at approximately $60 billion. This means that, considering the total market value of Bitcoin is currently $1.3 trillion, approximately 5% of the total supply is in the hands of ETF companies in the USA. Since its launch in January, Bitcoin ETFs have seen net fund inflows of $17 billion. Eric Balchunas emphasized the importance of these developments, saying Bitcoin ETFs reached plus $17 billion in net flows since the beginning of the year for the first time on Friday. So massive amounts of money are flowing into these ETFs, but these amounts of money will also flow out at the top of the bull market, because these people will be taking profits. And so it's very important for us, the retail investors, to make sure that we don't get stuck with the bags, holding with laser eyes, while these people, the multimillionaires, basically cash in on the hype of Bitcoin going to $1 million, which is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Bitcoin will not become a national asset, at least not in this bull market. So make sure that when you read this stuff, whatever you read of this proportion, it's a nice fantasy, but it's not going to happen. Like, it's not going to happen this time around. So do not fall for that hype, because you'll get burned. Donald Trump's controversial El Salvador comments spark heated Bitcoin community debate. Donald Trump accuses El Salvador of dumping criminals into the US, sparking Bitcoin community debate. So apparently on Thursday, Donald Trump asserted that El Salvador, under the leadership of Bitcoin advocate President Nayib Bukele, is dumping criminals into the US. Yeah, now just watch the video. Yeah, so he flat out says that Bukele basically dumps the criminals in the United States. So not a great look. So people are up in arms because, Bukele has become kind of a advocate for Bitcoin. Obviously, it's doing wonders for their GDP and all that stuff. Nooner on how Trump's presidential announcement at Bitcoin 2024 could transform the crypto market. Nooner's got something to say. So Nooner apparently is another proponent of this idea that Trump might announce plans to include Bitcoin as part of the United States strategic reserve at the upcoming Bitcoin conference. So I guess, because the president of El Salvador has done so, now Nooner is coming up with some new harebrained ideas, thinking that the states is going to implement to use Bitcoin as a strategic reserve. He emphasized that Trump, who has been increasingly supportive of Bitcoin, could leverage his announcement to rally influential figures with the crypto community. He mentioned that Trump has already garnered support for prominent billionaires and bankers, many of whom are strong advocates of cryptocurrency. He is thinking, Nooner is thinking that Trump is going to call him up one day and be like, hey, Ran, I'd like you to be my leading man in taking Bitcoin to the next level. Be my right man, my crypto man. These people are nuts. I think the more influence, the more money you get, the hair-brainer you become. Nooner highlighted that Trump's rumored announcement is significant not only because of the strategic implications, but also due to the influential supporters Trump is rallying. He pointed out that Jamie Dimon, CEO, JP Morgan Chase, has notably shifted his stance on Bitcoin, according to Nooner. And do you know why these people have shifted their stance on Bitcoin? Because they see the potential. They see that Trump may be winning this election, and they know where Trump stands. So of course these freaking cronies, these vultures, buzzards, are now changing their stance to appease a potential candidate. And I bet you any money that if a candidate that is opposed to Bitcoin took place, these fuckers would change their tune immediately. What a bunch of cronies. So Nooner was apparently on some news broadcast, and he was talking about things that he heard and this and the other, and so it's a lot of hearsay. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't like him. I think he's a Weasley character. I have no idea why. I just look at him and I just get a bad vibe from this dude, man. And he's done some shady stuff in the past, and you know, community called him up. He got nearly canceled. I just don't like him. He's a weasel. He's such a weasel. All Ethereum ETFs approved to debut on 23rd of July 2024, which is tomorrow. We'll see what's going to happen. The SEC has approved all the individual S1 Ethereum ETF applications. All the ETFs are set to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange and Chicago Board Options Exchange. However, the most recent ETF application, the Hashdex Nasdaq Ethereum ETF, might get approved later. Furthermore, the ETFs that were once touted to take Ethereum above 5,000 on their launch have lifted prices, but only 2.5%. However, there is more to the story than meets the eye. Why is Ethereum only up by 2.5%? Market expected Ethereum to cross $5,000 at the ETF launch. However, even on the launch day, Ethereum was merely up by 2.5%. I mean, the announcement of spot Bitcoin ETFs didn't really bring a lot of movement. We saw the movement a few weeks after the announcement. So we could be seeing a similar thing happening here with Ethereum. Some of the rumors, some of the reasons for why it hasn't moved might be, you know, buy the rumors, sell the news. Apparently, it could be that Ethereum already pumped, and right now we're actually seeing a retracement of it. Recent market crashes, that could be another reason for why Ethereum isn't pumping as expected. And of course, it could just be that it's the movement of the market. Bitcoin hasn't moved yet, so Ethereum is not moving. Once Bitcoin starts moving, Ethereum will move as well. Solana sets eyes on $250 thanks to major rebound after bottoming out. Solana appears to be forming a W pattern, which suggests Sol will surge toward $174. This is it. We'll see what's going to happen. Let's have a quick look on Solana. There is our little pattern right here. My projections still stand, $366. We'll see how far Solana goes in this bull market, but for now we're eyeing $250, which would be about, I guess, around here somewhere. Yeah, although $250 would be very close to the all-time high, so I guess we'll see if Solana does manage to break above the 25% resistance here and continue upwards. We could probably see it going up to $250. Why Solana ETFs might get the green light without CME futures. Vanek and 21 shares have already submitted applications for the approval of or applications for the Sol spot ETFs, or Sol ETFs rather. But elections coming up, and Bloomberg's Eric Balcuna suggests that potential political changes could impact the SEC stance on ETF approvals. Could inflation and Fed rates shake up Sol? Lower interest rates could make cryptocurrencies like Solana more attractive compared to traditional investments. As rates drop, investors might shift their focus towards digital assets, potentially driving up Sol prices. We know that Bitcoin's already has an ETF. Ethereum spot ETFs are coming up. because those two are the kings of the jungle, the king and queen of the jungle, I guess. But Solana, I think, is more of a hype, despite the fact that, I mean, the applications have been submitted, but I mean, that's completely meaningless, right? They're just applications and hopium. Whether Solana or not is going to be approved, or the ETFs for Solana are going to be approved or not, is I don't think that's going to happen. I heard some timelines of 256 days on which within which the SEC would have to make their decisions on the approval of certain things, and I think the Solana ETFs were within that time range. So we may be looking at a Solana ETF being approved sometime within the next 256 days, which is almost a year, or at least, like, you know, it's 3/4 of a year. So it's not going to happen anytime soon, if it happens at all. But it's always nice to dream. And the last article of the day, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America playing heads I win, tails you lose with customers as hundreds of millions of dollars disappears on Zilliqa. US Senator Richard Blumenthal. A group of banking giants led by JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America are playing a dangerous game with their customers' money, according to US Senator Richard Blumenthal. The Democrat and chairman of the subcommittee on investigations has released a statement as a congressional hearing on millions of dollars in fraud on the payment network Zilliqa approaches. Blumenthal says the banking giants, which are majority owners of Zilliqa, will have a chance to explain why they have failed to fully protect victims of fraud on the widely used payment network. Year after year, Zilliqa and the banks that own it have failed to fully protect consumers from a growing threat of scams and fraud. The banks play heads I win, tails you lose, as sophisticated scammers reap the benefits and consumers lose hard-earned money. At this hearing, Zilliqa and its three largest owner banks will finally answer for their unwillingness to make consumers whole when they fall victim to scams and fraud on Zilliqa. Instant payments must not mean instant losses for consumers. The subcommittee has discovered that consumers reported 456 million lost on Zilliqa scams in 2022, and only 341 million was reimbursed by the banks. So that's a story you don't hear very often, right? I'm not familiar with the payment system Zilliqa, but the fact that these banks are basically dodging the responsibility is deploring. And again, banks and JP Morgans and Jamie Dimon, that sleazy bag of shit, another sleaze bag I wouldn't trust farther than I can throw a 20-kilo rock, and I can't throw it too far. I can throw that sucker, but not too far. That's it for today's video. Make sure to smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. Consider getting yourself a Tangem if you're in the market for a reliable cryptocurrency cold storage wallet. You can get a 10% discount on a brand spanking new crypto wallet, Tangem wallet, with my ref link, the Crypto Father. Just type it into the promo code section and you get a 10% discount. I recommend getting the 3 cards because it works better with the security features that are provided by Tangem. So make sure to grab a pair of those, or grab 3 of those cards, and save yourself 10% on the purchase. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow.